5, 4,
I'll find my own path.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Enemy turret eliminated.
Not so fast. Under my protection. Underestimated me. Carried on the wind. Infused with light.
Reporting for duty.
Draw strength from nature. Appreciate it.
You're going Everyone heal up. Enemy contact. I've got men.
Activating self-destruct sequence. もう大丈夫。Shouldn't have put your head there.
Dual visor activated. You can't beat
Prepared.
Restoring balance. Careful.
Patch me up.
Let the kitsune guide you. How many was that? I'm on fire. Kaifuku suru. And what did we learn?
You're going a little too hard.
This ends now. The breeze brings relief.
Tactical visor activated.
You need healing.
Sleep tight.
Everyone heal up.
I thought this would be harder. Oh, I feel all warm inside. I'm with you. Come on, Shimada. Let me balance you out.
Come get healed.
My gift to you. Let the kitsune guide you. Go up now. We're almost there.
Initializing systems.
Tactical visor activated.
Close ranks and hold the line. They don't stand a chance.
Victory. Play of the game.
اي برو لو وياي كان زين وايد ساعدني برو صراحة الامسي. هاي اكاونت جديد قاعد العب فيه بس الحين ما ادري قاعد اقول ان يمكن العب وياه في الليل احسن بدل ما اخرب الرانك. حيجون لي الاغبياء بعد برو. انت وش رايك في اللعبة امس كان؟ وش الفيدباك برو؟ خليني العب في ميدل ايست. لحظة بس ببند الفي بي ان لان ما قاعد العب رانك. هي كانت ايام صعبة برو يعني بشق الانفس نفس ما يقولون. هو الشي الزين اللي فيه يلعب اللاعبين اللي انا ما العب فيهم. كان يلعب سوجورن، لعب شوي مكري، لعب هانزو، ويدو. اذا عندك ديسكورد تبى تدش وياي بعد طرش لي اكاونتك برو بعد حق اضيفك مال ديسكورد اذا بعدين يعني مو لازم الحين كيفك يعني عشان نقدر بعد نسولف. زين ديسكورد فيه واجد اشياء برو.
Entering the necropolis.
I aim to devastate. Parfait.
غلط
aim to
لأن
devastate.
طليت بدون.
I aim to devastate.
هاي الجيم مود بس هيد شوت.
I aim to devastate. I aim to devastate.
هاي معي غلط.
I aim to devastate. Parfait. Distance is no obstacle to my accuracy. Superbe. How thrilling. Do you learn only by example? I aim to devastate.
Now traveling to Busan. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
ايه احمدي اللي يانا في الشغل برو. كان يموت في اوفر واتش، يحب يلعب راين هارت. هاي هذا يحب يلعب فيه، بس انستغرام ماله حاط بوستات مال راين هارت وما ادري ويش. الحين ما ادري وش صاده، ما يحب يلعب.
I aim to devastate. Let's finish this quickly.
Stay in sight, and I'll keep you safe.
هاي سيرفر ميدل ايست.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
J'entre en scène.
Are you scared?
I need a deadly fragrance. Such naivety.
The objective is now active.
And your tragedy begins.
Let's kick this off.
There will be no next time.
That's the spot.
I am on the objective.
My
Report here now.
tyranny continues. How foolish of you. Woe is you. I need a light. No one can hide from my sight.
Enemy in sight.
My bite is fatal. Je suis faite pour ça.
My ultimate
We are outnumbered. Une mort magnifique.
Double kill.
Target identified. No one can hide from my sight.
هاي السنايبر انت.
Into the iris.
You sullied my hands. I needed it. So careless. I don't like to be crowded.
Sniper, keep your head down.
Let the kitsune guide you.
First round. One.
Hello there.
Score. One.
والله يبا ليه برو تحصل تتوقع حصل فيوز.
Je sens que je vais bien m'amuser.
Getting that feed.
Hello.
A mother's work is never done.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round. Capture the objective.
هاي سنايبر صدق برو، وان شوت وان كيل، بس انا مو متدرب عليها برو.
Pitiful.
Double kill.
And your tragedy begins.
Sniper, keep your head down.
Salut.
In possession of the objective.
You found me pleasant. No one survives my poison.
Take this. Enemy in sight.
برو مساكين
You need this.
هذولين.
Hostile.
انا
Admirez mon chef-d'œuvre.
Bonjour.
برو قاعد يحطني في رانك مو مالي. لا لان هاي لان حتى المو رانك يشوفوك الحين السيستم شلون قاعد تسوي في الاوادم. بعدين
No one can hide from my sight. American. Do not provoke me.
لان برو
Victory.
برو حنشوف السيستم قاعد بيرفعني بيحط لي في رانك قاعد يقول بال هاي مو رانك هني.
Of the game.
Nanoboost administered.
قاعدين ينجلدون برو. مساك. لكن هو مو رانكي برو لان تعرف الحين هو السيستم شوي شوي بيرفعني. الحين يقولون طس في اللعبة. ولا من العب العن ابوها لعبة واحد. شوف هاي اللقطة اوكي شكلها مو في هاي الاكاونت.
Nice to know you have my back. Take some time off. Let the kitsune guide you.
ايه بيسووني ريبورت. بيسوون ريبورت. بس شوف الحين بيودي يتأخر السيرش عشان يجيب لي اوادم. ايه برو هاي من المسيبين. الهيستوري يعطيك جيم ريبورت. في ديلي تشالنجز اذا تكملهم يعطونك اشياء. هني يقول لك شوف مثلا compete 3 games in a group، يعني العب ويا ربع. mitigate 10,000 damage، هنا لازم تلعب تانك. contest capture objective for 250 seconds. الهيستوري برو شنو قصدك؟ هاي يعني مو ادري، هاي هيستوري يعني. شوف صار له 5 دقايق يدور لي جيم. انت قلت لي كأنك تبى تطلب شي من امازون، لا هدف ولا مرة كنت تبى شي برو؟ الهيستوري برو يراويك بس مال هالاكاونت الجديد اللي عندي الحين، يراويك الهايلايتس.
It was your fate.
Triple
Don't you see? I will do what.
يراويك جيم ريبورت كله قيام، في كومبيتيتيف، في عادي، في اركيد، والريبلاي تقدر تطالع الجيم مرة ثانية كامل. حتى اقدر اسوي امبورت اكسبورت. طرشت لي على الواتساب.
now entering King's Row.
Honor is all I have.
فنايت دور كينجز رو من احلى الادوار عندي.
Who's ready to get this done? Hello.
Do not get in my way.
Stick together. Let me take the hits.
Such a lack of imagination.
اوكي برو بشوفها اول. هاي شكله بينقلع، شوفه مو راضي يتحرك، بقلعه.
Namaste.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Let's see who will be next.
الفريق.
Teleporter materialized.
استغفر الله. الحمد لله.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Love, Viva. How's my
شو تسوي انت؟
You walk straight into it.
رشاشها ما يسوي واجد دمج.
Keep the payload moving.
Behold my creation.
طلعوا مساكين من الجيم.
Hi.
Show you.
Understood. I read you.
Reality fed.
ترى يرحمني يرحم.
An effective flip.
Cette fois, je ne rigole pas.
My ultimate is almost ready.
كان زين الكومبتيتيف جد اللعب ها برو.
The payload has
هني لعب.
reached the checkpoint.
No one can hide from my sight.
Activating self-destruct sequence. Enjoy that kill cam. Pretty hot. Let's make it story.
L'aveugle tisse sa toile. Bonjour.
Sniper, don't get caught.
Payload moving out. Get in here.
Thanks.
Hello.
Teleporter manifested.
The payload is approaching its destination.
It was a pleasure.
Victory. Play of the game.
ها برو عطول ماستر. يلا خلينا نلعب. لازم تفوز 50 جيم حق تقدر تلعب كومبتيتيف. تحس هنا ريلاكس اللعب برو كأنه لعبة غير. ماستر لو واحد رانكه ماستر يلعب بعد كويك بلاي بيحطونه ويا ناس اذا واحد ماستر كان مسوي سيرش بيجيبه وياه. صوت الهيد شات واجد فن برو ذا بالويدو ميكر عجيب. ايه فان الصوت خليك
That dude tonight.
Hey, what's up? One day, somebody actually said to themselves, hey man, let's take fried chicken. I'm gonna need some chicken. Specifically, I've got 6 3 to 4 ounce pieces of boneless, skinless chicken thighs here. I think thighs are the right move for a quick fried chicken sandwich because they require no marination or brining to be delicious, and they come in these perfectly sandwich-sized portions right out of the package. Quickly, though, I am gonna hit these thighs liberally with salt on both sides. The breading that I'm gonna coat them in will be seasoned itself as well, but getting some additional salt right on the meat here really helps with their overall flavor. Once these are all salted up like this, I'll set them aside for just a second while I make the breading. For that, I'll grab a medium bowl and into it measure 300 grams of all-purpose flour, 5 grams of salt, 2 to 3 grams of black pepper, 3 grams of cayenne pepper, 3 grams of paprika, and 5 grams of garlic powder. Now, I'll grab a whisk and jump into the bowl to get everything combined. Once it is, I'll grab 2 bowls, and into one of them I'll add 300 grams of buttermilk, and into the other I'll add about 200 grams of all-purpose flour. To finish this breading, I'll grab the buttermilk and drizzle in about a quarter cup right into that seasoned flour. Then, using a whisk, I'll jump in to stir to get that hydrated with the flour. The goal here is to create some extra clumpy bits of hydrated flour that will turn into super crispy cragginess once fried on the outside. The final texture of the breading should still be kind of dry and slightly powdery like this overall, but clumpy also. Make it clumpy. Next, I'll grab my salted meat and then drop the first piece into that unseasoned all-purpose flour. This base layer of flour is going to absorb any of the moisture that came out of the chicken from salting, and it will also help grab the buttermilk that we dunk it in. Speaking of buttermilk, once this thigh is very well dusted with flour, I'll shake it off to remove anything excessive and then lay it into the buttermilk. Using tongs now, I'm going to flip the thigh to make sure that I'm getting good even coverage here, and as you can see, that base layer of flour really helps that milk stick to the meat. Once this thigh is all milked up like this, I'll move it over to the crumbly breading mixture that we just made. From there, I'll give it a shake to get it covered with the breading, and once it's buried in there, I'll come back with my hands to flip it around and make sure that it's evenly coated. I'll give it some light pressing to make sure that it's fully covered and to make sure that the breading is really stuck on there.
I aim to devastate.
Have I seen you before?
It's possible. I've passed through Junkertown once or twice.
You're the one who kicked Red Ned in the wicker basket!
He started it.
Five, four, three,
let's go.
1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Pick up your feet, you trombos! Who will my web ensnare today? Flew right into my web.
The objective is now active.
Stop lagging about and get over here! Claiming the objective! Get over here!
Hello. Hello.
Large targets are such guilty pleasures.
Help me. I need assistance.
اخ لاعبي بعد انا في ويدو بلي تدريب.
Smoky notes of poison. No one can hide from my sight.
Another pretender.
done better.
Ooh. Missing. Shit! Shit.
Think you can stop me? Good. Let's take him to the wasteland.
Must I do your work as well as my own, Gabriel?
First round, 1.
حد فن الطبخ برو.
1-0.
حد عالم عجيب يعني، بالذات اذا تطبخ بروحك يعني.
Our foes make such a nuisance of themselves.
Is that an emotion I detect, Lacroix?
Hello there.
Stay sharp. It's harder to keep you alive when you're distracted.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
I don't stand a chance. So careless. Down you go. Taking damage.
The objective is now
Woe is you.
Within my reach.
Superbe. I need healing. Enemy. No one can hide from my sight. That's better. Smoky notes of poison. We are outnumbered. Back in action.
Let us take it.
Hello there.
Try to keep up. I know I'm just
double kill.
pitiful. How unfortunate for you. A train of blood. Let's take him to the wasteland. Enemy contact. Let's see who will the next. Enjoy.
Overtime.
Clearing the area.
Help me.
Prepare for your demise. No one can hide from my sight.
I'm not letting go of objective.
Je suis faite pour ça.
Overtime.
Reinhardt at your service.
Victory. Play of the game.
يبا لي اطور اداي برو ويدو مالتي ويك تفوز 50 جيم حق ينفتح الرانك. نكمل الطبخة.
And there we go. Now I'll move it over to a little baby she trait to rest for about 5 to 10 minutes so that the flour on the outside can hydrate a little bit more. I'll bread the rest of these thighs now, and once they're all covered, I'll get my fryer ready for my fried chicken. To do that, I'll grab a heavy bottom pot like this 6.5 quart Dutch oven and drop it on the stove over medium heat. Into that, I'll glug 2 quarts of neutral oil. I'm using vegetable here, but canola, peanut, or corn oil would also work. 2 quarts is going to give me about 3 inches of oil depth in this pot, and that is perfect to submerge these thighs. While this oil slowly gets hot, I'm going to make my favorite condiment for this style of sandwich. That's a creamy, chunky, funky blue cheese dressing. For that, I'll grab a high-sided container and into it measure 75 grams of buttermilk, 60 grams of sour cream, 15 grams of lemon juice, a half of a clove of garlic, 10 grams of rinsed shallot or red onion, 5 grams of salt, and 1 egg yolk, or most of 1 yolk. Get it all in there, dude. And... oh, that's good enough. There we go. Then I'll grab 300 grams of a neutral oil. In this case, I have light olive here, and then I'll grab an immersion blender and start to spin this up. Once that's all pureed, I'll grab my oil now and drizzle it in slowly to get it properly emulsified. I'll mention that this tall container is great for making emulsified dressings, but as you can see, when the dressing starts to get thick, the oil just kind of sits there on top. That could lead to a broken sauce eventually. So I'll stop the blender, spin up the top to get any loose oil incorporated, and then I'll add the last little bit of oil that I've got here and spin that in, making sure to get it moved around from the top to the bottom. Too much oil in one place, basically, and we could break this dressing. And there we go. Now we have what is essentially a very, very good tasting ranch dressing. To make it into blue cheese dressing, I'll add in 50 grams of very well crumbled blue cheese. Using the immersion blender, again, I'll spin that in for 10 to 15 seconds or until it's relatively creamy and mixed in with the base ranch dressing. As far as the cheese itself goes, you could buy pre-crumbled stuff, but that stuff's not really that flavorful in general, so I prefer to buy a little piece of nice tasting blue cheese like this and then chop it up myself. As you can see, I'm breaking it down pretty far into tiny little crumbles because that's going to make it much easier to blend in. Once that first 50 grams of blue cheese is spun into the base, I'll add the other half, or most of it depending on how much you like blue cheese, and then I'll stir that in to combine. Now we've got a nice, creamy, subtly funky dressing with small chunks of delicious blue cheese floating throughout. If you guys don't like blue cheese, I get it, but I still think you might like this dressing because in the end, it's basically ranch and the blue cheese flavor is not that in your face. Unlike the sponsor of this video, Geology Skincare. Geology is an award-winning men's skincare company that takes together different regimens and products that all customize routine and short list of, or just click the link in the below part of this sandwich. For that, I'll set aside my dressing and then grab a small saucepan and into it measure 300 grams of Frank's hot sauce. In my opinion, Frank's is the best option for buffalo sauce, but if you've got another esoteric, handmade, whatever, go for it. Then 15 grams of well-minced garlic, 20 grams of Worcestershire, and 15 grams of
هاي لو
distilled
تشوف
vinegar.
الدليل
Now, I'll move this pot over to the
الفرانشايزز
stove and heat it
ماكدونالد
over medium
وهارديز
high
شو
heat. From there,
يسوون
I'll whisk the garlic in and bring the
تصيح
whole thing
برو.
up to a simmer and cook this until the hot sauce has reduced a little
هاي
bit and the
يعني
garlic
شيء
has lost
طبيعي
its raw
يمكن
edge.
هاي شيء
Or for about 4 to
مخفف
5 minutes.
عن
When the garlic is
مال
nice and tender and the sauce
المطاعم
has slightly
المشهورة.
thickened like this, I'll add in 150 grams of cubed butter. I'll whisk that in, and that's buffalo sauce. If you didn't know, it's essentially just Frank's hot sauce with a shitload of butter in it. How can something so simple and dumb be so delicious? It's an amazing question. Now, the trouble with buffalo sauce is that it breaks. There's melted butter in there, and when it gets hot, it will break. So to help keep this emulsified, I'm going to add in an optional small pinch of xanthan gum. If you don't have it, skip it, but if you do, add a little pinch and whisk it in there. A little bit goes a long way, though. Don't overuse this stuff. It will help keep the sauce from breaking, and it will also give us a tiny boost in terms of viscosity. Now, let's fry this chicken. It's been about 10 minutes since I breaded this stuff, and as you can see, that breading has hydrated a little bit. That's ideal. That floury, pasty mixture is going to
بس
act like
لذيذ
glue and
يعني
keep this breading
تاكله
stuck to
once
the
a
meat. When I
week.
check back on my fryer oil, it's sitting comfortably around 350F 175C, perfect for fried chicken. Now, I'm going to lay these thighs into the oil slowly and away from my bod. This keeps any hot oil from splashing onto my feet. And if I haven't said it yet, respect hot oil, you guys, because it's not a freaking joke and it can hurt
Now
you. So
arriving
just
at
pay attention.
ease.
After 20 to 30
Prepare for
seconds, I'm going to
battle.
come back real quick with my spider to
Select
make sure
your
this
hero.
chicken isn't stuck to the bottom of the pot.
I aim to devastate. Do not get in my way.
Scanning.
ويدو ميكر برو اذا تقدر تجيب هيد شوت ما حد يقدر يغلب بالفرق.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Parfait.
Baptiste here.
Breathe deep. How delightful. Salut.
On fire.
Sie werden dich nicht kriegen.
Didn't have enough.
Let the dragon consume you.
No one can hide from my sight. A fatal aroma. How thrilling. Won't you come out? Do not provoke me.
تعال زين ذكرتني برو.
Special delivery.
Sniper, leave this.
شو اسوي؟
Brigitte at your service.
A trail of blood.
Unloading scrap.
First round.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
They're on me.
Score 1-0.
You can't.
انا رانش صوص
Isn't it
احب.
reckless to pull enemies toward us?
تشيز احب.
Afraid of getting too close.
Nope. Just thinking of the team. It would help if you did too.
Five, four, three, two, one. Round two. Capture the objective.
Favorite part.
We're off to a good start.
I'm claiming the objective.
Superbe.
If it's the fight they want, it's the fight they'll get.
You can do better than that.
Je suis faite pour ça. Sniper, leave this to me. No one can hide from my sight. A fine execution.
I really wiped them out.
That's better.
Bracing shield.
Let the dragon consume you.
Defend the objective.
Sérieusement?
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Je me sens vivante.
Zoom. Run to me.
You must like having me around. We are outnumbered.
Hey, it's Kiriko.
Soit. I was always graceful in the air. Clever. No one can hide from my sight. Distance is no obstacle to my accuracy.
Baptiste here. I'm taking the point.
Let's group up here. Oh, you want to hear this?
Merci. Flew right into my web.
Victory.
جيم سريع على قولتك برو.
Play of the game.
خلينا نلعب 1 versus 1. جيد.
And it's not, so I'm going to keep on cooking for about 4 more minutes. After 4 minutes of fry time, when I come back to check on the breading, you can see that it's nicely golden brown and it's still firmly attached to the meat. So I'm going to pull these
Now
out. And that's a pretty
entering
good
the
looking
Black
piece of fried
Forest.
chicken right there. It looks
Battle.
super crisp.
Sojourn. Fight.
Not so fast. Disrupting. Coming through. Disrupting.
Winner.
Threat neutralized.
Score 1-0. Battle Genji.
اسمه MBC.
Score 1-1.
ما العب جنجي انا.
Battle Ana.
فالهاي مو مضبط السيتنج مالته.
Fight.
Help me! انتي بأمان.
Score
آه
1-2. Battle Orisa.
ما لعب فيه.
enough
from you.
Score.
Step back.
2-2. Battle.
اوف
Bastion. Fight. Score.
كلب كمبر
2-3. Battle. Hanzo. Fight. Perfect.
A testament to my skill.
Score. 3-3. Battle. Widowmaker. Fight. Winner.
I don't like to be crowded.
Score. 4-3. Battle. Torbjorn. Fight. Match point.
Turret in position. Make your maker proud. Enemy turret ahead. Piece of scrap. Shoddy workmanship. Such potential. Enemy turret ahead. Hi there.
Victory. Play of the game.
ايه كان زين برو. خلينا نشوف رانكه وش. كاف الحساب.
Craggy and crisp, and it doesn't look greasy at all. Now I'm going to drop the next round of thighs, and then I'm going to buffalo this chicken. For that, I'll move one piece at a time into a medium bowl. I'll grab my sauce and make sure to stir it up to re-emulsify the butter if it's broken. Then I'll stream in a good quarter cup or so per thigh. I really want these things to be absolutely covered in buff. Once it is, I'll come back with tongs to gently move it around in the bowl to get that breading saturated. Don't be shy here. This breading will absorb a lot of buffalo sauce. Oh my lord, this looks insane. Let's make it into a sandwich. For that, I'll grab a toasted, squishy brioche bun. I really like this particular brand that seems to be pretty widely available at most US grocery stores, but if you wanted to go whole hog from scratch, I'll leave a link in the description to my potato roll 2.0. Next, for salty crunch, I'll shingle on 7 to 8 medium thick slices of dill pickle. If you wanted a little sweetness on this sandwich, I'd say opt for bread and butter pickle. Then, behind that, I'll lay down some tender, sweet butter leaf lettuce, 2 pieces. Then
Fight. Step back.
صحت في الحفرة برو.
0 to 1. Battle. Wrecking ball. Fight. Score 1 to 1.
ولا اعرف وش العب فيها البول برو.
Battle. Sojourn. Fight.
What's the rush? I could use a hand. Hello. What's the rush?
Winner. Score 2 to 1. Battle. Echo. Fight.
Ascending. Focal point locked. Ashes to ashes.
Score
Hello.
3 to 1. Battle. Junker Queen. Fight.
Knife! Pick up your feet, you drongos! You look better than you fight.
Score
Shame.
4 to 1. Battle. Ash.
اوف.
Fight. Match point.
هرب برو.
Perfect. Play of the game.
خلنا نشيك 3 vs 3 او هذا الجيم مود اللي يوصل الكيلز اول يفوز. فري فور اول.
Then my deeply orange, buttery, spicy, crispy fried chicken. To finish, I'll top that with a strong dollop of chunky homemade blue cheese dressing. Finally, I'll hit this with a toasted top bun and then give the whole thing a gentle but firm squish. You guys are seeing this, right? It's buttered hot sauce fried chicken on a sandwich. It's crunchy, it's rich, it's creamy, it's spicy, and just perfectly tangy. If you haven't messed around with a buff chicken sandwich before, please, I'm serious, do it soon. This one is so dope, and it only took me like 25 minutes. Let's eat this thing.
All right, we need an ad from Quillbot that really shows off its strengths. We need to say, Quillbot allows you to pair...
يقول لك هذا لاعب 2000 ساعة في جانكراد. إذا لعبت 2000 ساعة في جانكراد بتصير كذي برو.
Soldier tag. Wait, we can get that Zarya. Go, go. Wow. That was a steamroll. That was fast.
واضح الفيديو ماله.
قاعد فوق قاعد.
I love how only the middle fan turns when it's like booting up. Anyways, it's that time. We're gonna start talking about overclocking. Cause, you know, with these big old giant coolers and stuff that are available, why the heck not? So there's a few things that are actually kind of different this time around when it comes to the overclocking logic, and that's specifically because of the new PCI Express or PCI SIG specifications for PCIe Gen 5.0 power cables. I want to kind of show you guys sort of the new methodologies for overclocking and see where we can land on the leaderboard. Today's video is brought to you by the J2Sense merch store. RT performance are two different figures. I can actually push this card in RT to almost 2200 or 3200 megahertz. It's weird to say, 3200 megahertz, but in Port Royal it's like 30, 40, something like that. But anyway, let's see where we are on the leaderboard right now, because people have been out here doing things. I'm all the way down to 12th right now, because I was actually up to 7 yesterday, because of the fact that not that many people have their cards yet, even though the whole list is 4090s now. So far it looks like it's just me that's jumped on here. So we have to get really creative, because the whole logic behind the overclocking this time is completely different in terms of where our limits are. So our limits, as we showed you already in the review, are voltage. It's voltage limited, not power limited. Usually what we would hit is a power limit prior to being voltage limited, which means to get more frequency, we had to get more limit to our power. So if we're only allowing, let's say 450 watts to the card, and we're not maxing out our voltage to get that frequency, if we can up the voltage at the same power limit, we get more frequency. But the problem is if we are voltage limited, we are now purely limited by how much frequency can we get at the supplied voltage, and power not even being part of the equation. And that's where we are today. One thing about the Strix card is it's a dual BIOS card, and there's a Q mode and a P mode. So there's a quiet mode and a performance mode technically. But the difference on this card now is the performance mode also unlocks 600 watt max power drop. On the standard BIOS, or the Q BIOS, which technically was quiet, it's a 500 watt. So it's a 100 watt difference. So it's a 50 watt uplift over the FE already out of the box. It's got this giant vapor chamber on here. Both of the BIOS are sound optimized. So just want to point that out. So on here on the Strix card, we are running a 600 watt max power limit. Again, voltage limited. But one of the things I like to do when I'm starting to play around on here is the people that are above me.
So
It's like, what are their settings? So if I look at mine, I had a 28,025. My core clock was 3,075.
هاي شو يسوون برو يعني كل واحد يسوي سيتنج حق اوفر كلوك الكارد وتشوفون مين احسن واحد قدر يوصل رقم تحدي يعني عندهم.
My memory was 14,094.
بدون ما ينفق على الكارد يعني.
The people that are in like first place, 30,000 points already. He is 3360 and his temperature minus 35. This is actually where the temperature bottoms out. The sensors stop reporting under minus 35, so this is for sure an LN2, at least a dry ice run, but guaranteed an LN2. At 3,360 megahertz, I have to assume there's going to be some sort of a shunt mod that he's done to apply more voltage, because of the fact that I don't see 3360 even at cold temps happening necessarily with the stock 1.1 volts that are available to it. What BPS Customs do? 28,316. He was, again, Founders Edition card. There's a lot of Founders Edition cards. Sorry, I know you're panning back to me. 1,500 megahertz on the memory. The score in Port Royal scales heavily with RAM. So the faster you can get the GDDR6 to run without error correcting, the higher your score will be. In fact, prioritize RAM overclocking for these before core overclocking. All right, let's just go ahead and do a run here. So I'm using MSI Afterburner, although GPU Tweak 3 is updated for this card specifically. In fact, there's a lot of functionality of this card that you get accessed through their utility from ASUS, which is going to be RGB control. Probably, I believe they even said more finite clock control. I'll probably mess around with that, but today, just to try and get myself farther up in the leaderboard, I'm going with something I know, which is specifically MSI Afterburner. Basically what I'm saying is go full voltage all the time, and that's enabled here. Unlock voltage control, unlock monitoring, and force constant voltage. It will go to the 1.1 volts or 1100 millivolts, and it will just stay there. And that's what I want, because having wavering voltage is not good, because if it comes down slightly right as the clock jumps up, because the clocks might, if the load drops like in between a scene and the clock comes up real fast and the voltage goes down, that's a crash, guaranteed. If you understand cars, think of it this way. It's like if you're on the dyno in a boosted application.
نقدم لكم تخفيضات بلاك نوفمبر على نمشي. أضخم عروض العام مع استرداد نقدي 100.
And your voltage or your fuel pump is fluctuating on the fuel pressure, and you drop below that safe mark, what happens? Detonation, and it's bad, right? Same thing happens for the graphics card, and we don't want that. But just to kind of show you how crazy it is right now, why is my power limit at 90? That's weird. If I hit 100, right, nothing happens. If I go to 120%, so that's 100, that's 100 or 20% over 500, by the way. That gives us 600. Because what's 20% of 500? It's 100. So 100 plus 500, 600, and they're not exceeding the 600 watt.
هاي معظم فيديوهاتها طالعة سنين برو. كل المعلومات برو حصلتها كلها معظمها منه برو.
1450. That's nuts. So if I go 1500, it probably will start artifacting at 1500. So let's go 1550 on the RAM. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, it's really hard to see, but it's sort of all over the screen, kind of flickering. See it? It's getting worse as we go. Oh, there we go, okay. So I already know this particular RAM kind of freaks out at above 1450, which kind of sucks. I feel like I'm gonna try like 1460. Remember 30 series? We talked about the fact that the power slider or the voltage slider was a placebo? 1050. That's the like FE voltage right there. But watch if I max out the core voltage. We actually get 50 extra millivolts, and that matters. Clock speed here will go we'll go 190. And then here we will go 1450. Just see where our scores land. This is what basically got me just over the 28,000. Oh, there was crap all over the screen. Yeah, it clearly did not like those particular settings. It reset the driver. All right, so we finally got a run to validate. Oh, geez, yeah. Well, it's about 50 point or 100 points low. I'm gonna go 1455 on the memory, and I'm gonna go 165 on the core. So while this is going, let's see if it'll start. Let's talk about some of the logic here regarding overclocking 40 series. I've already said that RAM overclocking and specifically is king. The highest RAM clock that you can get without it having to error correct will get
3, 2, 1. Fight.
Honor is all I have left. Watch yourself. A testament.
الهاي قاعد يلعب بالتانك.
You can't hide. I will guard your back.
Shit! Was one.
This time I will be sharper. My arrows fly through. We got there.
Oh my.
Once again, I set forth.
Holy shit أنا الأول بس بخسر الصدارة شكلي.
I will persevere. I'll find them. Unerring precision.
Oh my.
The arrow returns to the
But I have tanks. Listen.
You can't hide.
لا لا 20 واحد عليه.
It was your fate to fall.
Kills remaining.
There is still much I must do. They will pay. Why must I relive this loss?
انمي قاعد يصير برو.
I will persevere.
Lead lost.
وش فعلا طافني ب3 kills.
Once again I set forth. I'll find them. A revealing you. The dragon consumes. I have saved you.
Shit.
Enemy needs 5 kills to win.
This time I will be sharper. Marked by the dragon.
وش فيك برو اثنينهم علي برو. شوف ما يتهاوشون يا بعض. يتهاوشون يا بعض.
Scanning.
وش في
The arrow returns to the
Enemy needs 4 kills to win.
You can't hide.
Enemy needs 3 kills.
Bullseye. Scanning.
Enemy needs 2 kills.
I offer only what you deserve. Marked by the dragon.
Enemy needs 1 kill.
Oh man.
Match complete. Top 3 finish. Play of the game.
يلا توب 3. زين دب انا بريح شوي برو. احس روحي تعبت. في الليل بجي يمكن العب رانك واصل الزحف برو. يلا حبيبي برو تأمرنا على شي. بضيفك بعد في الديسكورد برو.